Hey, let's do something for fun. Everybody get out of your chairs just for a minute. Come on. Get out of your chairs. Let's just shake it out a little bit. We got a big day coming. We got a lot of stuff happening. Let's see some movement. Come on. Everybody, 10 jumping jacks. You too, Suzanne Piard. Let's go. Come on. 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, Suzanne, you owe me 10. Marcel, you owe me 10 jumping jacks. I saw you. Or Maricel. All right. So we have a year-long program called the GoPro Accelerator Program. It's a year-long coaching program. It's not available to be a part of. You know, we open it up once a year at the end of the year, and then we have a year-long program, okay? It has several workshops included in that program. Each of those workshops are a $5,000 workshop. I told you about the Social Media Mastery Workshop that's happening next week, 18th, 19th. That one's sold out, that one's full, but, well, they're all sold out. The next two that we're doing is one, the biggest pain point that I've seen, recruiting's the number one pain point. The second biggest pain point, yeah, if you're in Accelerator, throw into the comments how that program's working out for you. The second biggest pain point, guess what it is? Throw into the comments, guess what it is. What is the second biggest pain point behind recruiting? What do you think it is? Follow up? Nope. A couple of you got it. Maintaining? Nope. Social media? Nope. Yeah, a bunch of you getting it now. It's duplication. Figuring out how can I get my people to do something? And how do I get their people to do something and their people to do something? You recruit all these people and it doesn't seem to duplicate. You're watching other people duplicate, right? So we have a 2-day workshop that's September 13th and 14th of this year called Radical Duplication. It's a $5,000 course. You can't buy it. It's sold out. But we are gifting 10 people right now a ticket to Radical Duplication, and our team has picked them at random. Here are the 10 winners for Radical Duplication, September 13th and 14th. Willakista Akwach, Danielle, I'm going to butcher these, but you can read them. Somebody take a screenshot. Danielle Dobbins, if you know these people. Laverne Blocker, Sharon Isepi, Elizabeth Anderson, Saskia Walker Hodgson, Jesus Alberto Lopez Luna, Melissa Walker, Kathy La Violette, and Linda Adler. Congratulations to all of them. You have a $5,000 ticket to Radical Duplication, September 13th and 14th. And the other big event that we've done, we used to call it Six Figure Summit, but now we call it Beyond Leadership. It is a deep dive intensive leadership training course. 2 days of the best in leadership. How you can become a better leader. And that's also sold out, but we're going to gift some tickets to the following 10 people. October 19th and 20th, Beyond Leadership. Pam Johns, Anne Lupert, Lael Sat Aldine, Lourdes Corona, Crystal Gameter, Dana Padilla, Karen Grant, Bertha Otu, Kathy Morgan, and Carolina Fritz, or Carolina Ortiz, sorry, Carolina Ortiz. Take a screenshot if you know those people. They should be here anyway. But congratulations, you've now won a free ticket to Beyond Leadership. It's going to really help you. So that's just $100,000 worth of trainings that we just gave out to those people. It's going to be fantastic. When Accelerator comes around at the end of the year, it's something you should highly consider. Talk to your Accelerator friends, they'll tell you. But like I said, that class is closed for 2021. Now, I want to bring back the visionary of this event to help set the stage for this next session. If you have friends that maybe aren't on right now, do everything in your power to get them to come back to their screen for the next 2 hours, because these next 2 hours, many of you are going to look back on these 2 hours as the hour when you made the decision that changed everything. Okay? That's how big. Of all the stuff of this entire event, these next 2 hours are, in my opinion, the most important. So buckle in, be ready, bring your best self, and welcome to the stage, Marina Worre.
So, you've seen the programs that Eric was giving away. I hope you guys understand the value. It's so powerful. Yes, we can all have purses. Yes, we're all gonna get gifts. And, you know, Louis is great. But your education, your personal growth and personal development is way more important. So my next speaker, she is a powerhouse. She's so amazing. And I hope you're gonna hear her story. Her heart is bigger than gold. And, you know, she came from, you know, very modest upbringing and a very tough childhood. But the woman she became today and the lives she was able to impact in a very short years is just mind-boggling. And I cannot wait to see how many more lives she's going to impact moving forward. She told me, you know, a while back that several years ago, she was attending this event. She was sitting in the room, and she was already making a lot of money, and she could have been retired for quite some time. But, you know, the message that was spoken at that event, all the powerful presenters, all the powerful speakers, helped her to see a bigger vision, helped her to see a bigger picture, and helped her to realize that she was brought to this world to impact so many more lives that she already did at this point. And she went out of that event, she called a couple of her top leaders and said, you know what? We're going to play so big. We're going to go so much further. We're going to make such a powerful impact moving forward. And that's what she did. So, ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome to the stage my friend and your friend, badass Stormy Wellington.
All right. Get up, stand to your feet. Come on. Y'all get up. Get up. I want you to get up. Pierre, I want you to get up. Cindy, I want you to get up. Come on, Katrina, get up. Stand to your feet right now. Come on, Anna, stand to your feet. Come on, stand up. Let me get some energy. Come on, let's give me some energy, Donald. Come on, y'all, stand to your feet right now. Come on, get up. Get up. Get up. Get up. Get up. Get up. All right, DJ. All right. Wow. Oh, my God. Can y'all say it backwards? Can you say, wow? What's up, James, girl? I see you. Say, wow. I want you to stand up right now. If you believe that you are the most powerful woman in network marketing, even though time has not caught up yet, I want you to stand to your feet right now. Teresa, I want you to stand to your feet. Audrey, stand to your feet right now. Zola, I want you to stand to your feet right now. Come on, Deborah. I see you, girl. Stand to your feet right now. Stand to your feet right now. Stand to your feet right now. Stand up. I want y'all to stand up right now. I want you to stand up right now. If you feel as if you've been playing for far too long, I want you to stand up right now. I want each and every woman right now. I want each and every woman right now, under the sound of my voice, if you've ever been told that you would never amount to anything, but you're still working to become something, I want you to stand up. If you're someone that may have dropped out of school because you had to become a teenage mom, I want you to stand up. If you've ever dealt with depression, anxiety, low self-esteem, doubt, and even right now, you probably still don't have the belief that you need to make it. I need you right now in your home, Audrey. I see you, Miss McCoy. Demolia, I want you standing with that red shirt. I want y'all to stand up right now. Stand up. Because, see, let me tell you what I've learned. You got to have some dignity. You got to have some pride See, 80% of success is psychology. It's spiritual. See, when you get to a place that you believe that you deserve better, guess what's going to happen for you? You're going to start to have better. Yeah, it's not about your upline. It's not about your upbringing. It's not about your husband or your wife. It's about you. It's about you. And I believe that I have over 160,000 of the most powerful women in network marketing right now watching me. Before I get into my talk today, I got to say thank you so much. Thank you so much to Marina Worry. I need you guys to understand, it was in 2019 that I came to the most powerful woman in network marketing. And I remember, like it was yesterday, sitting in the audience at the front row. I was one of the women on the panel. And I was on the panel, and I remember sitting in the audience at the same time, saying to myself, why isn't anybody from my team here? Why am I by myself? People clapped for me. People was applauding for me. But I tried to figure out why was I there by myself. And I realized, ladies and gentlemen, in 2019, at the most powerful women in network marketing, that I had self-sabotaged myself, that I had put myself in a place that I wasn't proud of. And I want to tell you all today, that was the event in 2019 that I made a decision. That I had to change myself. See, there are some things that you're going to have to work on with yourself. It's not about anybody else. It's about you. And so I have 30 minutes to share with you the psychology behind my success. And I want you to do me a favor, please, because this is not a game today. I do not take my responsibility lightly. See, guys, you got to know, I grew up with parents that sold drugs. So all I saw was my mom and my dad sell drugs. And because of it, we know what happens. My mom ended up in prison. My mom probably spent half of her life in prison. And I don't know if you guys can relate to that, but that's my story. And because of it, I found myself in foster care. There were several times I woke up to men touching on me. I woke up to men trying to figure out how to get in my pants. And I can tell you I had to fight. From a young girl, all my life I had to fight. If you are a fighter right now watching me, I want you to stand to your feet right now. There is no need to sit down. You've been sitting down for far too long. Your children need to see you standing up right now. See, that's the problem. You're too comfortable. You're too comfortable. But for the next 30 minutes, I'm going to share with you a story. I'm going to share with you the psychology behind my success. How I, too, come from food stamps. Yeah, I come from food stamps. How I come from Section 8. Yeah, I used to be on Section 8. Yeah. I used to wait for Medicaid and Medicare. And, you know, my mom was someone that tried to survive off of $622 a month worth of Social Security. See, I know what it feels like. I know what it feels like to be depressed. I know what it feels like to feel as if you have no worth and you're not even necessary. And so today I have the privilege and the honor to talk about financial freedom. And can I tell you what's so powerful about that? How can a girl with a 9th grade education, how can a woman with a 9th grade education who dropped out of school in the 9th grade, who used to be a stripper, who I remember scheming and scamming, I remember being in foster care waiting for my mom to come home, but yet and still, look who you got teaching right now on financial freedom at the most powerful women in network marketing event. Y'all better get excited. Y'all better get excited. Y'all better get excited. I want to see some fire on the screen right now. I want everybody right now to drop some fire. See, guys, how you start is not how you have to finish. How you start is not how you have to finish. But I want to tell you, Tina, look at me, Tina, it's a choice. Yes, I'm talking to you, Miss Bell. It's a choice you got to make. It's not about what anybody else may think about you, Edith. It's about you making a choice. And so I have the privilege today, because I dropped out of school in the 9th grade, you know, so I don't have no fancy stuff to give y'all today. I know that, you know, everybody that came before me had an extensive vocabulary. You know, their vernacular was through the roof, right? But I stopped at A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Come on, y'all. H, I, J, K. That's how I started, okay? And so I'm going to teach you guys the A, B, C, D, and the E, and the F behind my success. And I want to tell you all right now that if it was not for me getting in alignment with my assignment, I would not be here today. See, each and every one of us, God gave us an assignment. And it is your responsibility, my friends. It is your responsibility, regardless of where you come from, to discover your assignment. Every single day, you need to figure out, what am I supposed to be doing with myself? See, I wanted to use this picture right here, because this picture represents the old Stormy. This picture represents the broke Stormy. This picture represents the Stormy who couldn't even afford to buy a weave. And so I had to go get my hair cut. See, this picture represents a broken Stormy. A Stormy that was trying to be and do what everybody wanted me to do. A Stormy who wanted to be accepted by her peers. And I didn't realize that the people that wanted me to be what they wanted me to be, they was afraid of my light. How many of you all today feel as if you have been dimming your light because you're trying to make the people around you comfortable? See, financial freedom is all about you not dimming your light. It's all about you recognizing the gifts that you have on the inside of you. And I want to tell you all today, the way that you discover your gifts is by finding what brings you the most pain. See, I'm a black woman, as you can see, that come from some very humble beginnings. And I remember not thinking that I was going to be good for anything, because when you have a 9th grade education and you go to apply for a job, they want to know what's your references and what's your resume look like. And I didn't have a good reference. I didn't have good resumes, but I had soul. I had heart. See, I am a mother, a single mother of 3 kids. And I was sick and tired of being sick and tired of telling Manaya no. I was sick and tired of telling Hennessy, no, I can't afford it. See, I was sick and tired. I want you to raise your hand right now if you've been that mother that had to tell your kids no when they wanted to go to see a movie and you just couldn't afford it. I want you to raise your hand right now if you can relate to not having enough money to pay your light bill, your water bill, and finding yourself having to make payment arrangements, and you sick and tired of having to do that. I want you to stand to your feet and raise your hand right now if you can remember having to maybe turn your water back on illegally. Yeah, I had to do that. I want you to stand to your feet if you can understand what it feels like to not know what your purpose is. See, guys, when I look at this picture, I was in pain. I was married. Everybody told me to get married, you know, the White House and the picket fence and, all of that. I did all of that. But that's not what I wanted to do. And what I can tell you right now is if you want to find what your assignment is, find what brings you the most pain. Your assignment, my friends, for the life that God has given you. See, you got to understand that God has given you the gift of life. What you do with the gift that he has given you is totally up to you. And so I had to figure out who I wanted to be. And I want to ask you today, and I want to see you drop in the comment section, Kathleen. I want to see you, Yanni. Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? And I want to see some answers right there. Who are you? But watch this. There's a major difference between who you think you are and who you really, really, really are. See, when I asked you that question, the first time you probably said, I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm a daughter, I'm a doctor, I'm a teacher, I do customer service. No. Who are you really? See, when you can find your pain, pain is an amazing connector. When you find your pain, you begin to find what you can do to make this world a better place. See, when I wake up every day, I say to myself, there is nobody in the world like Stormy Nicole Wellington. There is nobody that can do Stormy like I can do me. But I remember for a long time, that was not my reality. But when I began to discover the true essence inside of my soul, see, many of you all right now are showing up as what the world or your friends has told you to show up as. But again, when you find your assignment, guess what? You become more in alignment. And let me tell you something. I wanted to use this picture because as network marketers, see, we don't have a lot of people that really understand. There's a whole world that don't really understand how serious our profession is. We have the ability to impact generations on top of generations on top of generations. Do you understand the power we have? We have the power to impact unborn children. We have the power to impact hundreds of thousands of people with one level of understanding and commitment to yourself. See, guys, it was this picture right here to the top in 2019 after I left the most powerful woman in network marketing. See, it was at this very event in 2019 that I picked up the phone and I called this young lady right here to the right, Tammy Price. And I said, Tammy, I want to tell you how I apologize. Because I don't know what I did to get us to where we are right now today. Because, see, there's a lot of you all right now that's not connected to your assignment. See, when someone signs up with you, when someone joins you in business, they become your assignment. You're called sponsor because you're responsible for them. You got to understand this. You can't afford to get disenchanted. You can't afford to take a hiatus. You can't afford to quit. Because when you sign somebody up, my friends, When you sign somebody up, they are counting on you to be the example. I don't care if you have a downline of 2 or a downline of 202 or a downline of 2 million. It doesn't matter. Each and every one of you got to know when you sign somebody up, they become your assignment. And I can tell you in 2019, at the most powerful woman in network marketing event, I sat there and I realized that I had to do some changes. I had to change some things about myself. I didn't keep blaming my upline because they didn't do what I wanted them to do. I didn't keep blaming the company. I didn't even blame these ladies. See, these were the 2 women that I called from the bathroom, and I said, what do I have to do to make this better? I remember I called Natalie. And Natalie was one of my #1 income earners. She was one of those girls that had no problem with showing up. She would be at the meeting. She would do the conference calls. And I started to look at them on social media. See, I want y'all to know this. Your Instagram pages, pay attention to your team. You can tell what's going on with them by the way they post. Pay attention. Instagram is a great way to communicate. It's a great way to check what's going on with your team. And I remember looking at Natalie, and she had gained a lot of weight. And she was out on this trip. I said, oh, my God, let me call Natalie. She about to get pregnant. She about to have a baby. This ain't her husband right here. This is the truth, y'all. This is the conversation that I had. And I felt responsible, Barta. I felt responsible, Suzanne. And I called Natalie. And I said, Natalie, with tears in my eyes, I was crying. I said, Natalie, I'm sorry. Whatever I did to you, I'm sorry. She cried back. I said, can you meet me in Atlanta this weekend? Tammy said yes. Natalie said yes. When you look at that picture of 2019, you can see I was closed off. I wouldn't even touch them. That meeting right there, that picture right there was at a church. We got together. We had some conversations. I let them tell me what did I do wrong, and I let them express what they wanted to see me do better because I'm a leader, and I had a big vision for us. And guys, we went to work. We went to work. And I want you to look at that. In 2019, I was making about $50,000 a week. About $50,000 a week because I was not in alignment. I went on a 2-year hiatus because I was mad. How many of you all have ever been mad with your company? And because you mad, you go sit on a bench? Problem. You mad with your upline, and because you mad with your upline, you stop using the products, you stop selling your services, you stop posting because you mad. Big mistake. Big mistake. Because you got to know, in business will go on. It will happen with or without you, especially when a company has a big vision. And can I tell you all right there, I remember Tammy Price was making about $700 a week. Natalie was making about $1,500 a week. But guys, when we got in alignment with our assignments, look at that, 1 year later, I went from $50,000 a week to making over $12.5 million in the year of 2020. I looked at Tammy Price. She went from making $600, $700 a week to over $1.3 million that year in network marketing. And of course, Natalie went from making $250,000 in 4 years, accumulatively, in 4 years, to making over $4.3 million in 1 year. So what's my point, my friends? The B, you gotta believe. It's time for us to stop dreaming so small. Why is your dreams on the shelf? Where is your belief? Where is your belief? When you believe in something, you show up as the belief. When you believe in something, you work for it. When you believe in something, you wake up early in the morning, you go to sleep late at night. When you believe in something, you put forth the work every single day. Guys, when you see this right here on the left, I used to live in these apartments. They call these the blues. They're now painted, but they used to be called the blues. I could never forget living in these apartments. And I used to think that I was doing something because I didn't have no real understanding as to how far I could go. And there's a lot of you all right now that can relate to a lot of what I'm saying to you. And I'm telling you, when you change your mind, you change your money. When you begin to believe, belief will show up in your actions. And so I want to tell you, whatever you believe is right. Whatever you believe is right. If you believe that you're going to fail, I'm sorry to tell you this. You're going to fail. But if you believe that you can succeed, guess what? You're right. You got to believe until. You can't believe and get tired. You can't get weary in well-doing. Y'all know where that come from. You got to keep showing up every single day, believing that if Stormy Wellington can go from food stamps, Demetria, if Stormy Wellington can go from depression, if Stormy Wellington can go from suicidal thoughts There were days I wanted to kill myself. If Stormy Wellington could go from Section 8 and food stamps and being somebody's baby mama to now standing before you with 150,000 eyeballs watching me right now, one of the #1 income earners in the industry of network marketing. From that, why can't you? Why y'all sitting down? I said stand up. That's the problem. You're not being coachable. Stand up. Stand to your feet. Stand up. That's the problem. See, how you do anything is how you do everything. Stand up. I didn't tell you to sit down. I'm your upline for the next 17 minutes. Stand to your feet. That's the problem. We want to be comfortable. See, success at the next level is going to require you getting a little uncomfortable, Cheryl. Yes. And so look at this picture on the right. That's one of my houses, paid off in Miami. I got my G-Wagon. I got my Rolls Royce Dawn right there, all paid for by the industry of network marketing, the greatest profession in the world. See, they got to put some respect on our name, y'all. We got to start making sure we show up and we create the results so people could believe in this profession. See, when you lose, ladies and gentlemen, when you lose, you give people an excuse and a reason to not believe in this profession. See, I decided to take personal responsibility for my business. I decided to take this industry personal. I want little black girls and little Latinos and little brown girls and boys all around the world to look at me and to say, if she can do it, I can do it too. And I want you to feel the same way. You got to say to yourself that I got to show up because I need little brown girls and boys, little white girls and boys, little Latino girls and boys, little Asian, whatever you come from, Indians. You're supposed to be the demonstration. You got to take it personal. The C, this is a big deal right here. This is a big deal right here. And I want to calm down because I really want y'all to get this. Culture and communication is everything. See, in this industry, we don't come with a psychiatric exam. We have some very crazy people in network marketing. Very crazy. Very bipolar. Very weird. Very crazy. And you got to understand that. Because everybody, we were raised differently. And depending on your culture, Affy, thank you for standing up. Depending on your upbringing, Debbie, it's showing up in your business. You got to know that everybody in your organization has to be treated as an individual. Listen, when you build the people can build anything. When you build the people can build anything. I wanted to use these pictures because I have an amazing team, y'all. I've personally enrolled about 7,000 people in my organization. Yes, yes, yes. And I attracted them all. I don't purposely get up and try to recruit anybody. I become. That's what I do. And I want y'all to repeat after me right now. All that I wanted to become, I became. Therefore, I am. Write this down. All that I wanted to become, I became. Therefore, I am. You got to know that you got to become every single day. Show up every single day, even if it doesn't look like it's going to happen. Every single day, you got to show up because somebody from your community is watching you. Somebody is waiting on you to fail so they can say, I told you so. Network marketing don't work. I told you that was stupid. I told you it was a scam. You got to make a decision that you're going to, number one, align with yourself. You got to align with your dreams and your goals, my friends. You got to believe in yourself more than you believe in anything else. And then you got to understand the way you were raised. Don't try to conform and be like everybody else. Do not try to be like anybody else. Try to be the very best version of yourself. See, all of us came up in some different, situations. See, I grew up around drugs. I'm a Jamaican. My mom and dad is Jamaican. And I tell a story all the time like, listen, smoking weed is in my culture. I know many of y'all may think it's crazy, but I grew up with my mom smoking weed around me every day. I'm a real Jamaican. My mom used to blow weed in my face as a child. When my mom was pregnant, she smoked throughout her whole pregnancy. Again, am I making an excuse for you to use drugs? No. I'm telling you that all of us are different. I grew up watching my mom bag up bricks of cocaine. I watched my mom hustle every day. My mom used to leave us to travel, and I used to be like, when is she coming home? I didn't get mad when my mom left to go to work, because that was her work. I would pray for her safe recovery, and I would pray for her safe return. But see, a lot of us don't understand that we have to be embracive of other people's culture, embracive of where other people come from. See, some of y'all may have grew up with parents that, you had a mom and a dad. But what if I told you at 8 years old, when my mom was gone, selling her drugs, I would be with friends, stealing food out the refrigerator because I was hungry. Can you imagine that? At 8 years old, when you was having dinner at the dinner table with your mom and your dad, I was stealing little Debbie cakes out the refrigerator, and I would go in the bathroom to eat it because I was living with someone else. And y'all know how it is when you living with somebody else. Can you imagine at 13 years old, my first time I stepped foot in a strip club, I was 13. The water was off at my home. And I went into a strip club, Patina, because I wanted to see what it was like. And I went to that strip club. And the man walked up to me. He said, if you lift up your skirt right now, I'll give you $600. And I felt so humiliated. I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'm 13. But I thought for a minute, if I lift my skirt up, I can make enough money to go pay my water bill back home. And at 13 years old, my first time in the strip club, I lift that skirt up. I got them $600, and I paid my mama's water bill, and me and my family had water again. See, y'all don't know what that feels like. Y'all don't know what that feels like. Y'all don't know what it feels like to have a child at 15 years old. You a child trying to figure things out yourself, but yet still at 15 years old. I was a child having a child. Have you stopped to take the time to get to know the people in your organization, to be proud of their fight, to be proud of them trying to make something of themselves instead of judging them? See, guys, you got to know that depends on your culture is going to determine how you show up. It's going to determine how you communicate. And so when I look at Tammy right here, see Tammy Price, instead of judging her, you know what I do? Tammy has no mom. Her mother passed away. Tammy has no dad. She is a motherless and a fatherless child. Can you imagine what that feels like? So I got to love on Tammy a little different. I got to treat Tammy like I'll treat my child. And she's like a daughter to me, even though we make a lot of money together. See, have you taken the time, uplines? Have you taken the time, leaders, to get to know the story of the people in your organization? Or are you judging them? Or are you judging them? I want to encourage you today to take some time to get to know the story, the backstory, the childhood. See, a lot of us, we show up as adults, but we're still in a childhood place of things that we experienced as kids. Take the time to get to know your team. Take them out to dinner. Ask them their story. Ask them to tell you about their childhood. Remember, people want to do business with people that they know, like, and trust. You see that picture in the middle? I have a huge organization, almost 1 million distributors from all over the world. And every single woman in this picture, I have to love and treat them differently. I can't treat them the same. I got to know that they are individuals. And though we are in network marketing, though we are selling products, my friends, you got to know that the number one product in this industry is the people. The people in your organization is the number one product. Stop treating your people like a number. Get to know your people. You see Ana Conteta? She's from Dominican Republic. She's different. I got to love on her differently. I wanted to bring this slide to the front of the stage right here, and I want y'all to pay attention to this. This is the 5 Love Languages. If you've ever read that book, just raise your hand real quick. If you've ever read that book, this is an amazing book. And many of you all have read the book because you want to be better wives. But what if I told you that you should learn how to love your team? Does she like words of affirmations? Does she need you to affirm her? Does she need you to build her up with words and tell her that she's a big old boss and tell her that you believe in her? Does he need you to speak words of affirmation over him and tell him that you believe in him? What do they need you to say to them? Pay attention to what your team needs. Do they need physical touch? See, right there, Ana loves physical touch. She loves when I hug her. She loves when I tell her how beautiful she is. She loves when I call her my princess. And that's probably why She makes over $500,000 a month from Dominican Republic in the third world country. That's probably why. I know what she needs. What if I told you that some people in your organization need you to give them a gift? They need you to do some type of challenge and to reward them with gifts. What if I told you that you can spend some quality time with one person in your organization? And remember, that one person could be the person, Sasha, that takes you to the next level. But you're busy all around the place doing the wrong things. What if you treated the right people the right way and spent your time wisely, loving on the people that could produce and put the most volume, the most numbers on the board? What if I told you that some of your people need some acts of service? You got to understand the difference in how you treat the people. And then now the D. Oh, the D is that discipline. See, some of y'all have no discipline. Some of y'all have no discipline. I believe that physical mastery is key to success. Yes, you got cognitive mastery. Yes, you got emotional mastery. But I believe that when you get that body together, guess what? Everything else will begin to fall into place. The spiritual, the emotional, the relational. And guess what? The money will come easy. The money will be easy once you get yourself together physically. And so every day of my life, unless I'm on a plane, I'm working out. Every day, because I got to master self. Every day at 8 o'clock, I meditate. Why? Because I got to reset and recalibrate for the next day. Do you understand? You got to be disciplined. Edification. Edification. See, some of y'all need to understand that your life, Miss Barbara, I want you to look at me, Miss Barbara Hawkins. Your life is a manifestation of those you choose to honor, Nicole, and those you choose to dishonor. Some of y'all need to understand you are dishonoring the wrong people. You need to know how to edify. And edification, another way to describe edification is know the story of. How many of you all have been talking to people and you don't even know your company's story? That's crazy. How can you be building a business and you don't understand, Trisha, the company's story? You should know, why did the CEO create the company? What was his mission? What is his goals? You got to understand this, because in order to be in real alignment, you got to know, what does the company want to stand for? What is your upline story? Some of you guys have no idea who your upline is, why they are the way they are. But I tell you right now, take the time to learn your upline story. Learn your top leadership story. Can I tell you that 20% of the people do 80% of the work? Do not spend your time with the wrong people. Learn the stories of the ones that put the most numbers on the board. Understand that your story, your personal story, is important. That's why you got to create a story. You got to have a transformation. You got to have a testimony. You got to do something to make people worthy and make yourself worthy of people wanting to hear your story. See, some of y'all have the victim story. You always complaining. You just a victim. Everything is, me, my mom and my dad and my team and my upline, and they quit. What if I told you I lost 9 legs of business? Top legs of business. That was giving me 40, 50, 100,000 in volume. I lost 9 legs of business in 1 month. In 1 month. But guess what? That ain't stopped me. You understand? Because at the end of the day, I know my A, my B's, my C's, my D's, and my E's. And I will not fail. I will not fail my children. I will not fail the world. I will not fail the people that are counting on me. I will not fail the haters that want to see me fail. See, I do a lot for the haters. I love the haters. Stand up. Stand up, Megan. Stand up, Elizabeth. Stand up, Antoinette, in the bed. How you in the bed with all this fire going on right here? I want y'all to drop some fire if y'all feel the vibes right now. I want you to drop some fire if you feel the vibes right now. I want you to drop some fire if you feel the vibes right now. How dare you fail? How dare you give up? How dare you get disenchanted? How dare you get mad? How dare you get tired? How dare you get weary and well-doing? How dare you? You got your children that's counting on you. You got your children that are counting on you. You got a world of people that's counting on you to make something of yourself. I want you standing right now. I want you standing right now. And I want you to hold your hand out like this. I want you to hold your hand out like this. Come on. I want you standing right now. Standing right now. I want you to say, I am the head and not the tail. 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 I am above and not beneath. I am above and not beneath. I am the lender and not the borrower. I am the lender and not the borrower. I am loved by God. I am chosen by God. I am protected by God. No weapon formed against me shall be able to prosper. No weapon formed against me shall be able to prosper. No weapon, no hater, no naysayer, nobody who doubts me will be able to prosper. And every tongue that rises up against me in judgment shall be condemned. I want you to make up in your mind today that the rest of your days shall be the best of your days. I want you to say to yourself right now, I want you to put your hand on your heart. I want you to feel your heartbeat. See, this weekend, Marina Worry bought y'all a free event. She should have charged y'all for this. I told her back there, I said, you should have charged them for this, because if they don't pay attention. I got goosebumps right now. She should have charged y'all for this, because that's the problem. It should be millions of people tuned in right now to hear from women that come from humble beginnings. But no, you know why? You know why? Because it was free. And that's the problem. We got to learn to sacrifice. We got to learn to do more than what we're paid for so that we can get paid for more than what we do. We got to learn that if it's meant to be, it's up to me. You can't depend on nobody to do what you're supposed to do for your very self. You cannot depend on nobody to do what you're supposed to do for your very self. I want you standing right now. I want you standing right now. And I want you to close your eyes right now. I want you to close your eyes right now. I want you to look at your children in your eyes with your eyes closed right now. I want you to see those kids. I want you to see those kids. I want you to see those kids that's counting on you. Close your eyes right now. Those kids need you to win for them. Your kids need you to be the example for them. Your daughter needs to see her mama win. Your daughter needs to see you win. Your son needs to know that you can do it. You got to do it. Your team needs you to be the example. They need you to put into action everything you learned this weekend. They need you to stop making excuses. Your company needs you to be a new story. They need new stories. We need new stories in the industry of network marketing. I need you, Dorothy. We need you, Amy. We need you, Kevin. We need you, Christy. We need you, Katrina. We need you, Candace. We need you, Lori. Sharon. We need you, Angela. Stephanie, we need you. We need you to win. I want you to say right now that I am the ambassador of my bloodline. I was sent to break generational curses. Now I am the ambassador of my bloodline. I was sent to break generational curses. Just say it with me, please. Say it with me now. I am the ambassador of my bloodline. I was sent to break generational curses. That's who I am. Say your name. Now say your name. Stormy Nicole Wellington. I am the ambassador of my bloodline. I was sent to break generational curses. That's who I am. The truth is, say it right now. The truth is, I am a multimillionaire. I am a multimillionaire. Say it, believe it. Say it right now. I am a multimillionaire. I am a multimillionaire. I am a multimillionaire. I am a multimillionaire. Time just hasn't caught up yet. My name is Stormy Wellington, also known as Coach Stormy. I pray that you take action right now. I pray that you do not let Marina and Eric Worry's money go to waste. I pray that you prove to the world that we are in the greatest profession in the world. Now stand up. We are in network marketing, and you now are the most powerful woman in network marketing.
You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. I'm in my car in the video. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus.
Ladies and gentlemen, Stormy Wellington. See? These are my powerful girls. These are the girls that are here to pour into your hearts, to pour into your wisdom. How many of you, I've been watching your eyes. I've been watching all these tears. I've been watching all of this ahas and light bulbs coming up. And I was like, oh my God, she just brought church into this event. But you know what? I do not want to leave it here because I still want to share with you how to become rich. So, Stormy, would you come back after that and help us close this session very powerfully?
Yes.
So, yes. So, Stormy is coming back to close this session. So, we're going to continue and
Thank
you
you,
will
Queen.
see her in a bit.
Thank you, Queen.
Thank you, girl. Wow. I mean, this was so powerful. How many of you got like pages and pages of notes? Yes, let me see your hands. Let me see your hands. It's just so much powerful information. But, you know, I want you to think with me for a moment. Yes, money is not everything. Money is not everything. You know, it's like when we're talking about like, hey, should I buy this Rolls Royce or that Rolls Royce or whatever? Yeah, we're not talking about like money being oxygen. You know, when we're talking about the Louis bags or whatever gifts that we were giving away, you know, yeah, that's not that important. But like my good friend Rita Davenport there says, you know, money is not everything, but it's right up there with the oxygen. And what I mean by that, when you remembering that little girl that Stormy was telling you about, that she did not have food, she did not have roof over her head. When you think about moments like this, and I know all of you mamas out there, your heart is going for your kids so much, and we're stressing so much about, you know, how I'm gonna feed them tomorrow, what I'm gonna do, how can I provide the roof over their head, and we just tearing our hearts apart for, you know, being worried, can I do that? Can I provide for them? You know, you heard Carla yesterday talking about, because of network marketing, she has the ability right now to pay more attention to her health. Nobody knew she's gonna get this disease. Nobody knew that she would have to take the time off work and pour into her health and pay attention to her health. Nobody knew that. But because of this profession, she was able to take that important time off and dedicate it to her health. So yes, when we're talking about feeding your kids, having the roof over their head, taking care of your health when it's needed, money is oxygen. Money is oxygen. And I want you to remember that you have to have a lot of that oxygen so you can live your life freely. So you don't have to worry about, like, God forbid something happens tomorrow. God forbid something happens tomorrow to me. What my kid's gonna eat? Who is going to take care of them? You should not be doing this, you know, because I feel like for us women, if I ask you what money means to you, put in the chat below, what money means to you. I want to see your answers. And I want to ask specifically women right now. I know we have a lot of guys at this event, but women, I want to know what money means to you. Look at this. Look at this. Freedom, freedom, support, security, freedom, 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 options, security, impact. You know what is the most important thing I think as women we think about when we talk about money? Is security. Security for us as women is so important, especially for the mamas out there. It's so important because we want to make sure we give our kids the better future. We want to give them something we didn't have. You know, we want to provide for their better education. We want to protect them, you know, from living the lives they shouldn't be living on, trying and starving and, you know, searching for the roof of their head. We want that security for our kids. And because of that, sometimes we find ourselves in the situations that we shouldn't be. You know, we're saying yes to the things that we shouldn't be saying. You know, we're staying at the job that does not appreciate us. We're staying with the mean boss who constantly is diminishing our worth and is not seeing our true power. We're staying in the bad marriages, in the bad relationships. I remember staying in my marriage for way too long for two reasons. Reason one, at the beginning, it didn't start there, of course. It started with love and everything. But pretty soon, I realized that that relationship is not serving me because it was so verbally abusive that I lost me. I lost myself. So for some time, I stayed there because of the mom guilt. You know, I stayed there because I was trying to think to myself, like, am I being selfish? Because I'm not happy, I'm being depleted, I'm being emotionally beaten up to the point that I don't even remember who am I. So if I go away from that relationship, am I being selfish? Am I leaving my kids without the father? So mom guilt kept me in that relationship for way too long. But because I also bought into the story, it's like, you know what? You don't need to work, because I've been working my entire life. I started my own business when I was 18 years old. I was always told, Marina, you need to be financially independent woman, so you don't have to ever worry about the security for you and your kids. But somewhere in the process, I bought into the story. It's like, yeah, I'm going to be a homestay mom, I don't have to work, maybe at least for this season. I justify that, like, I'm just going to pour into my kids. And that's all great. That's all important. But I took the eye of the prize. I took my eye from my personal security, from my personal independence. And guess what happened? Because of the bad management, because of the bad investment, my ex lost all of it. So he lost my assets, and because he was running my business, the business went to hell. So I lost all of it. So I stayed in that miserable relationship several years extra, because now I did not have financial independence, because now I did not have security for myself and for my kids. Because I'm not kidding you, I had no money at all to feed my kids tomorrow, because everything I had was my business and my assets. And when 2008 happened, it was gone. Poof, gone, nothing. So I just want you to understand that security is very important for all of us. But security is not in the money. Security is in you. Security is in who you are. Security is what you do. Security is the person you've become. That's your security. I'm not coming from, wealthy family. I consider myself a middle class because we were not starving. We had food, and at the same time, I honestly felt like we're pretty rich in comparison with some of my friends. And I want you to imagine, we lived in an apartment that had one room. And when I say one-room apartment, it is one room. It's not like a living room and a bedroom. No, it's one-room apartment. And in that one room, there were me, my mom, my stepdad, and my sister. So the four of us lived in that one-room apartment. That was our dining room, there was our library, there was our office, that was our bedroom for the four of us. There was living room, everything. We had the kitchen, small kitchen, and we had a small bathroom with no bathtub at the time. So four of us lived in that apartment. And I thought that I'm living in a palace. And you know why? Because the friend of mine, she was living in an apartment, and I want you to visualize that with me. So if you can imagine like a long, long hallway, and there are rooms left and right. There are 3 rooms on the left, there are 2 rooms on the right, and a kitchen and a bathroom at the end of the hallway. So 5-room apartment, right? But guess what? It was not a 5-room apartment for one family. It was a 5-room apartment for 5 families. In all those 5 rooms, there were 5 families living in there. That kitchen, it was a kitchen for 5 families. Not 5 people, not 5 members of the same family, 5 different families. So imagine morning in that kitchen. When people getting ready for work, when they need to get some breakfast, when they're cooking and trying to feed their kids before they go to school. Imagine that nightmare of that kitchen in the morning. And the same thing in the evening. When they come back from work, tired and exhausted, and nothing they want better, they just, get comfortable and relax. Now they need to cook and eat with 5 more families. And all those families were so poor, that each and every one of them had their own set of pans that they would take away when they stopped cooking, and they would bring back when they needed to cook their meal. That one bathroom at the end of the hallway, one bathroom with the shower for 5 families. 5 families. Imagine when you're getting ready for work, utilizing that one bathroom with one shower. And again, they were so poor that there were no like chandeliers or, fancy light fixtures in that condo. Nothing. It was like a little line hanging from the ceiling with the light bulb. And every family had their own light bulb. Every time they would go to the bathroom, they would bring their own light bulb. They would screw it up, do their thing. They're done. They would take that light bulb out and leave. And every single family going into that bathroom and into that shower did exactly the same thing. They would bring that light bulb with me. And I see Marie says, like, my parents were born in Ukraine. Yes, I'm talking about Ukraine. And that was the time when it was a communist Soviet Union, so it's a whole different story. But that was the apartment that my friend lived in. So every time I would go to visit her after school or play with her or do the homework, I was just thinking about my 1-bedroom condo. And I was like, I'm living in the palace. I'm so rich. I'm so got it good in comparison to her. So, and I want you to think what rich means to you. What rich means to you. Of course, being able to provide for you, for your families, taking care of other people, and helping you to provide and support the charities and foundations and the causes that are important to you is absolutely important and powerful. But I want to talk about what mentality of being rich means. To me, the first thing, if you look at the word rich, the R is your relationship with money. You heard Lauren talk about your relationship with money. You heard Stormy talk about your relationship with money. Your relationship with money is going to determine the life you're going to live. And unfortunately, a lot of people do not have a good relationship with money. Of course, you cannot worship money like God. It is like, no, that's not what I'm talking about. It's not that like, oh my gosh, I love money, I need load, all that stuff. No, I just want you to understand that money is just a tool. Money is just a metric. Money is just, something that gives you the measurement stick to measure how much value you're bringing to the marketplace. So in my opinion, there are 2 relationships with money. There is a healthy and unhealthy relationship with money. Unhealthy for me means, when people think that, when people worship money, right? When there's like, okay, money is everything, money is the only thing that I want to get in this life. And there is nothing wrong with money, but hear me on that. Worshipping money is not going to help you to get more of it. Understanding their true value will. So when you think about, what is your relationship with money, and, you probably heard people say, it's like, oh, rich people don't go to heaven, and all rich people are assholes, and they're probably all super sad, and they're probably all unhappy because, when you get a lot of money, it's like, and you think that that's all it is, yeah, you will be unhappy. Because there is so much more to it. So when people have wrong attitude towards the money, and because you're so afraid of them, because you keeping that mantra from the early age that money is not going to serve you and money change people. How many of you think that money change people? Put in the comments below. How many of you think that money change people? You were a good person, and as soon as you got money, you became an asshole. And as soon as you got money, you became such a bad human being. See, all these yeses, all these yeses. So let me tell you guys, I do not believe money changes people. I don't believe that. Money only exposes who you truly are. Write it down. Money do not change people. Money only exposes who you truly are. Because guess what? If you're a really good person, right? You're a really good person and you do not have money. Now you work hard, you earn the money, and now you have the money beyond your means. How in the world would you become a bad person? Why would that happen? If you're a good person with no money, you're going to be a very good person with the money. You're just going to do more good with your money. But if you're a bad person, money do not have that magic wand to make you a wonderful human being. If you're a bad person with no money, you're not going to become an amazing human being. You're just going to stay a bad person with the money. It's just as simple as that. So don't be afraid that all of a sudden money somehow magically going to change you. What I do believe is when you do not have money and you are not particularly a good person, you have all the ways in the world to hide that. Because you're not in the public eye, not that many people know you, and because of that, you can pretend. You can pretend that masquerade. You can put that mask on your face and say, hey, look at me, I'm so good, I'm so good. You can fake people for quite some time. But if you have enough of spotlight on you, if you become influential, if you become powerful, in a lot of cases, people like, oh, I'm so powerful. All these people, they don't deserve this, they don't deserve that. I'm so tired of hiding. World, love me for who I am. I am such a jerk, and because I have money, I'm so tired of hiding that, and here I am. Look at me. That's me. So people become cocky when they have money, when they have power, not because money changed them. They just stop hiding it. They just tired of hiding their true nature. So when you're a good person with the money, you just continue to do more good. You continue to influence more people. You continue to help people in a much more significant way. There is no shortage of money, and I do believe that world is a very, very abundant place. So when you have a healthy relationship with money, when you understand that the money is just a tool, money is not going to change you. Money is not going to make you a bad person. Money is just a measurement of how much value you're bringing to the world. When you have that healthy relationship with money, you're going to attract more of it. Subconsciously, you're going to attract more of money. You're going to attract more opportunities. You're going to attract more amazing people into your team. You're going to attract more customers. You're going to attract more people who can see what you have to offer. So I understand that a lot of that relationship goes very deep, and it starts probably with our upbringing. Depends on the life that you lived and the way you were raised with your parents. If they didn't have a lot of money, you could have developed couple different attitudes towards it. You can be disrespectful about it and just, it's like money is just piece of paper and I have plenty of it and I'm just going to waste it or whatever. Or if you did not have enough money, you can use that as an opportunity and say, you know what? I'm going to change my family history. You know what? I'm going to be the first person who does not have to worry about the price tag. I'm going to be the first person who brings my kids through that education. I'm going to be that first person who will set up my family for the years to come. So when my grandkids talk about Grandma Marina, they will say, you know what? She went out of her way. She faced her fears, she worked her butt off, and she made it happen. And that's when the future of our family changed, because she was able to create a better future for all of us. So put in the comments below, what is your relationship with money? And put 1 for healthy and put 2 for unhealthy. So rate yourself. What do you think? What do you think your relationship with money is? 1 is healthy and 2 is unhealthy. So I want to see, yeah, some of you still have an unhealthy relationship with money. And I hope the training that Lauren did, an amazing training that she did, and powerful training that Stormy did, I hope it helps you to reframe your mindset and understand that money is not the root evil. Money does not change people. Money only exposes who you truly are. And you having more money, it will give you more opportunities in life. So you can, one thing I think that people get messed up a little bit, because they only concentrate on money, but they forget another very important and probably the most important thing that we all have, which is time. Time is so valuable. It's priceless. You cannot put the price tag on time. You can always get more money. You can always get more money, but you cannot get more time. You cannot get more time. So use your money to buy your time back. If you bought into that plan that you're going to work for 40 years for somebody and then survive on the government donations and whatever stuff that they're giving you, those pennies, that you can have a better future and good retirement, forget about it. Use network marketing as a vehicle to buy your time back. Use this profession as the opportunity to create a better future for yourself. Because once you have more money, once you buy that time back, you can spend more of that time with your kids. You can spend more of that time with your loved ones. You can spend more of that time with people that are important to you and support those causes that are important to you with the money or with the time. You know, neither I or you have million years to make $1 million. Time is just so valuable. This is the reason why I created this event, because I wanted to put you like, even though this looks like circle and looks like a time machine, I wanted to put you all in this time machine for this next 3 days, so we can pour into you so much knowledge, so much information, so much belief, so much of golden nuggets, breakthroughs, and ahas, that you will come out of it not 5-10 years older, but you will come out of it 5-10 years smarter, wiser, more influential, with bigger belief. So if we go back to our word rich, what is I? I is income. And you know, you heard the saying, income is king. Income is king, right? I want to change this today. Income is the queen. Income is the queen. Income is not a king. Income is the queen. Can I have some hearts? Can I have some loves for that? You agree with me that income is the queen? But you need to remember where you are right now and where you want to be. You know, right now, you might not be financially where you would like it to be. And I would like you to put in the comments, where are you right now financially? And where you would like to be. I want to see what is going on in your financial life. Do you feel independent? Do you feel financially free? Do you feel like you have enough money to live your ideal life? Or you're still struggling? Yes, still struggling. But also put in the comments below where you want to go. What is your dream? What is your imagination is taking you? Where do you want to live? What will the money that you're going to make, a lot of it what the impact that's going to create on your family and the loved ones and the generations and your team and millions of people around the world. Where you want to be. Where you want to be, let's say in 12 months. What does that future looks like? But I also want to know, what is your game plan? How are you going to get there? How are you going to get there? You know, in order to earn differently, you need to start spending differently. You need to stop thinking about that. You know what majority of the people do? They kind of like, they hoard the money. You know, they keep that 95% of the money and it's just like, I'm just going to keep it under the mattress. I'm just going to hide it in that hole and I'm only going to invest 5% of it. Do you think that's the rich mentality? Do you think that's how wealthy people think? Do you think that's how wealthy people treat their money? How rich people treat their money? No, it's not. Rich people understand the most important asset is you. You are the most important asset. You are the business. And if you are the business, what needs to happen for that business to grow? You need to keep investing into this business. You need to keep growing that business so it can have more better future. So understanding that, you know, because everybody get like so paranoid with debt, right? And everybody's totally comfortable and totally fine to go to college, get some student loans, and pay for the rest of their lives for that student debt. That's normal, right? And sometimes, most of the time, you know, especially when kids go to college, they have no idea who they want to be for, and what they want to do for the rest of their life. They just like, yeah, I thought that, you know, being a doctor is nice. But then when they saw the list of bones that they need to learn and all the biology and all that stuff, it's like, oh no, I do not want to be a doctor anymore. But you already spent that hundreds of thousands of dollars and 5 or 10 years trying to become a doctor, and now you realize that you're afraid of blood and you cannot be a doctor. I'm not saying that being a doctor bad. I'm not saying that going into college bad. Don't get me wrong. But what I'm saying is that your education does not stop with college. Your education continues for the rest of your life. Eric and I invest in ourselves so much money, you guys would not even believe it. We're investing multiple 6 and 7 figures, depends on the year, into ourselves. Why? Because I have big goals. Eric and I, we have big dreams. We have big vision. But we cannot get there by ourselves. We need some smart people around us. We need people who can help us to see that bigger vision, who can help us and guide us through that road, who can help us, you know, and sometimes motivate us in a way that, you know, sometimes that nice kick in the butt is really important. Remember, I told you yesterday that wealthy and successful friends will never tell you to slow down. Wealthy and successful rich friends will never tell you that, will never guilt you into missing important days with your kids. They will never do that. They will always help you and see a bigger vision. They will always say, you know what? You're still playing small. You can do so much more. Let's go. Let's go together. Let's lock arms. That's what coaches and mentors do for you. I have coaches in every single direction you can possibly imagine. And Eric has too. And we continue to invest in us because, you know, some of you is like, oh, look at the stock market. Oh, look at the real estate. Real estate is going up. So you need to invest more into real estate. Oh, cryptocurrency. Have you seen what's going in the world of crypto? Oh my God, which coin I need to buy? You know what is the most important stock? What is the most important piece of real estate? What is the most important cryptocurrency you can buy today? It's called you. You are the most important asset. You are the most important, valuable asset that is out there. It will outperform everybody and everything, every real estate, every stock market, every cryptocurrency. You will outperform all of that. So when we go back into our rich and see what is the C stands for me, C is confidence, man. It's confidence. You know, understanding that confidence and also self-worth. You know, understanding that you deserve the money because you cannot control what everybody else gonna do with their money, but you can control what you're gonna do with the money, right? You can control what you're gonna do when you become wealthy, what you're gonna do when you become rich. You can do, like I said, so much more good with the money. You know, hopes and prayers are great. Positive words of affirmation and encouragement are great. But money can buy food. Encouragement can't. Money can buy shelter. I'm praying for you can't. And it's important. The prayers are very, very important. But remember that you need to understand your self-worth and you need to understand how much more good you will be able to create in the world when you're confident with who you are, when you're confident with what you're going to bring to the world. You know, because a lot of people, they get that a little bit messed up. You know, Eric and I will work with a lot of 6- and 7-figure earners. And once people get to the top, they start questioning, am I good enough? You know, they get into that imposter syndrome as like, am I worthy of all of this success? You know, what if I lose everything? What if I can repeat my success? And what if people will think of me that I'm a fraud? And did I leave those people behind? Or did they stay? People start having so many self-worthiness issues and conversations in their head that they subconsciously stop performing, that they slow down, that they start thinking like, and they start buying into all those conversations that, yeah, how much money do you need? You know, when enough is enough. Come on, you're working so hard. They buy into that nonsense. And right now, I wanted to talk to all of you 6- and 7-figure earners, all of you who are making significant income already. I understand, and first of all, I congratulate you for your success. Yes, you deserve a big round of applause. Yes. Because I know you worked your butt off. I know you did not fall to the top of your company by accident. I know you had more no-shows, you faced more fears, you did so much more. You were working with everybody was sleeping. You were working and making those 3-way calls and Facebook Lives and trainings for your team when the rest of the people were laying on the beach. I know how you got there. I know it was hard. If you're making 6- and 7-figure income in network marketing right now, I know that you know, first of all, what you're doing, and you did not get there by accident. But I also know that you can do more. I also know that you are meant for more. Remember, I told you, when Stormy came to my event 2 years ago, she was making way less money, still a lot of money, still life-changing amount of money, but way less. And when she realized that she was playing small, she decided to go to the next level. And you know what that next level means, not just for Stormy, but for the rest of her team and for the rest of the lives that she already touched and for the lives she's going to touch. That means that now she's pouring into all of them. Now she's helping all of them to see a bigger picture, to build that belief in themselves, to realize that they're powerful and deserving all of this success. Imagine if she would stop. Imagine if she would stop 2 years ago. All of these lives wouldn't be changed. Because here's the thing, and hear me on this. Inside of network marketing, your check is the true a reflection of how many lives you were able to touch and change. In network marketing, your check is the true reflection of how many lives you were able to touch and change. So if your check is big, great, congratulations. That means that you changed so many lives. But don't stop there because your bills are paid. don't stop there, because every time you go to the next level and to the next rank and to the next height, that means that you're changing more and more lives. And if your check is still not big enough, that means that we have some work to do. That means that we need to help you to build your confidence around money. That means that we need to change your programming about money. That means that we need to help you to build the skills and believe in you. See, a lot of people think that they're brought into this earth to survive. They're playing to survive. You know, they're playing very carefully. They're playing just like, I just want to make enough money so I can just, be fairly comfortable, so I can pay for my food, so I don't have to worry about my clothes, so I don't have to worry about my shelter, just enough so I'm kind of comfortable. That's called survival. That's called survival. Majority of the people are not playing to win. And guess what? The distance between failure and survival is the same distance that between success and wealth and well-being and the life-changing experiences that you will be able to have for you and your kids. So stop playing for survival. Realize that you are meant for so much more. You were not brought to this earth to survive. You were brought to this earth to thrive. So I want to ask you a question. How confident are you? How confident are you on your money mindset? And how confident are you that you are the biggest asset and you deserve to be developed? You deserve to be invested in. You are the most important part that's going to change everything for you. So put in the comments below, how are you confident that you deserve every single energy, every dollar that you have to invest in you, because this is how you're going to grow this asset. This is how you're going to grow this asset. This is what is going to get you from survival into the win. This is what is going to take you from the barely paying up the bills and living from a paycheck to paycheck to your wealthy future, to the future that you and your kids deserve. 100%, 100%, 100%. I see you guys. I see that. Yes. So, and in the age is the help. Is the help. I couldn't have done it alone. Anything pretty much I've done in my life. I needed some help from my teachers, from my parents to begin with, but also, all the different people who helped me along the way, that helped me to develop me, who helped me to find me when I lost me. Understanding that you are the most important asset, you also need to understand that you are not alone. You are not alone. All these amazing leaders, all these amazing, powerful women who came onto the stage yesterday and today, and there is still more to come today, and there is still more to come tomorrow. They're all here to help you. They're all here to help you believe in you. They're all here to pour into that asset. They're all here to pour into that business. So this business can grow and become so powerful, build such a large organization, so you can impact millions and millions of lives. They're here to help you. So, when I lost my confidence, remember I told you earlier, I lost Marina, I lost that powerful, badass woman. I thought that, and especially when I lost my business and I lost my assets, I thought it's like, how I'm going to recover from that? It's like, I lost all of my money. I lost everything. But what is the most important thing I did not realize? I did not lose everything. I lost just money. I just lost those pieces of paper. I did not lose this asset, this business, this woman. This is the most important asset, because today, if you take everything away from me and Eric, if you put us on the moon, if you put us in the middle of the island somewhere, you know, we will rebuild. We will start from scratch. We will start from the ground zero, and we will rebuild. And probably in another 12 months, I'll be very close to where I am today, financially. Why? Because I am the person who knows how to do it. I have the skills, the experiences, the confidence, everything I need to do to start from scratch. And my goal to help all of you, to help every single one of you, you know, to develop those skills necessary, to develop that mindset necessary, give you the tools necessary so you can build your ideal life as well. You know, when I think of all these amazing mentors who helped me become that powerful person and a successful woman I am today, I'm absolutely grateful. And I know that I wouldn't have done it without them. And if you want to ask for help, don't you want the best to help you? Don't you want the best coaches, the best mentors in your corner? Don't you want the best people who know how to be independent, how to be confident, how to be financial free, how to deal with all of that overwhelm? Would you want to get the best help and the best mentors? Absolutely. Absolutely. So, would you like me to help you to create your ideal life? Would you like me to help you to create that ideal life? So here's where I would like you to invite today. You know, my team and I, we were thinking, and when we were I was creating the content for this event, I was like, I want to pack so much I can possibly pack in those 3 days, but it's only 3 days. You know, there's only so much you can do in 3 days. So we decided to create the Most Powerful Women Breakthrough Experience, and I'm inviting all of you to become a member of the founding class. I'm inviting every single one of you to be that badass, to be that most powerful woman that you're meant to be. And we're going to spend 8 weeks. We're going to spend 8 weeks, even though it seems like a lot, but it's not that much time, that we can help you to create that powerful breakthrough, that we can help you to design your ideal life. So, of course, I'm going to be the one leading the charts, and I'm going to be inviting all of my amazing and powerful women. I'm going to be teaching you what I did and how I was able to find that Marina, to find that girl that got lost in her mid-30s, who thought that her life is over, who was overwhelmed with the mom guilt, who was broke financially, and more importantly, broken emotionally. I will help you, and I'll teach you exactly how I found that girl back. You know, today, I like this girl. I do like this girl. She's a freaking badass. And I want to help you to become a badass. I want to help you to become that confident woman. I want to help you to deal with all of the nonsense that you heard since you were a little girl, and the voices that told you that you're nothing, that you're nobody, that you don't deserve to live a big life. You know, that all that wealth in the world is preserved for some lucky few, but you are not one of them. I want to help you to unleash your power, to unleash your potential. And I'm not going to do it alone. I'm not going to do it alone. Look at the amazing and powerful mentors and trainers and teachers. You already met some of them. The amazing Dr. Shefali, Lauren Slocum, Stormy Wellington. You already heard from Kate Hudson. You already saw what Marie Forleo can do. Just that little tip that Marie gave me, just that one little tip that I do not do overwhelm, changed my life. And because of that, the impact I will be able to create, not just for my family, not just for myself, but for all of you. We right now have almost 200,000 people, 160, 170,000. I already lost count because those numbers constantly going up. All of you are I have the ability to change your lives through this particular event. But I want to go above and beyond because I know if I can pour into you, if I can help you, you're going to change millions. You're going to change millions because the ripple effect that all of us will be able to create is going to be enormous. Remember, I told you that I'm done playing with the little rock in the little lake. I do not want to throw a little rock and see those little waves go out. I want to throw a huge mountain in the middle of the ocean because I know we can. I know we can. I know if I can help each and every one of you step into your true power, step into your true potential, I know you're going to change lives. I know you're going to change way more lives than just your family and friends. I know that you're going to reach every corner of this world, and you're gonna empower so many men and women to, discover their true worth, to explain to them that they're done living for survival. They're meant to thrive. They're meant for so much more. So all these powerful women that you still yet to hear from, Elena Cardone and Lisa Nichols and Gwyneth Paltrow, all of these women still going to be pouring into you, and they will be pouring into you during those 8 weeks. So, this experience, I'm so excited. I'm so excited because, when I was thinking what it took me, remember that flower that I showed you yesterday? When I was thinking what helped me to find that girl back, to develop that person, to develop that strong, confident, and powerful woman that I am today. What helped me? And we talked about that, getting real. And Dr. Shefali will be coaching you through that first week. And she will be helping you, to realize and getting real with your own life. In week 1, we will focus on inner healing, and you will get real about your life. And it will be a radical awakening. Do you believe that Dr. Shefali can help you and guide you through that radical awakening? Do you believe that? I thought that she proved that yesterday like nobody's. Until you realize that your journey is not about the outside, you'll be in that hamster wheel for forever. In that first week, Dr. Shefali will help you to let go of the patterns of unworthiness that aren't serving you. Self-worth is a big deal. Eric was still kind of like struggling with that when he and I met. And I constantly had to remind him, it's like, babe, you're worthy. You're awesome. You're amazing. So at the same time, sometimes when I feel under the weather, when sometimes I feel like I messed up or I failed, I need somebody to remind me too. So for me, Eric helps me and reminds me, babe, you're awesome. You're badass. So Dr. Shefali will be helping all of you to remember your true worth and how awesome you are, and help you to awaken to that amazing radical change that will help you take your life to the next level. The week 2, we will be talking about those dream stealers, those bad habits that are holding you back. Everything in your life is either making your dreams come true or either stealing from you and pushing you to live beneath of your potential. And I don't want that. I do not want that. I am so sick and tired seeing people making their choices in life based on the price tag. I do not want you to make choices in life for you based on the price tag. Every time you look at the menu, I do not want you to look at the right side of the menu and see those dollar signs and how much it costs you. I want you to look at the left side of the menu and see what you actually like to eat, not what you can afford to eat. There's a big difference. There's a big difference. I do not want you to think about, can I put my child into that private school? Oh no, it's so expensive. But man, that school gonna help my kids so much. It's gonna give them bigger vision. It's gonna give them bigger future. I want them to go to that school, but I cannot afford it. I do not ever want you to think this way. You know, whatever you've been doing up till this point, if you're still living your life based on the price tag, man, it's not working. Whatever you've been doing up till now is not working. We have to change something. We have to realize that there is enough money for everybody. This world is a very abundant place. You need to realize that. You know, you need to see that, yeah, I want this. If that house gonna make my family happy, I want that mansion. And I don't care how many millions it cost. If that house gonna create so many amazing memories that it's gonna be such a beautiful home that my kids would wanna come to, and we would have the laughter, and we would have joy, and we would have so much amazing and powerful memories here. I want that to be my home. I want that to be the home for my kids. So during that second week, we will help you let go of those distractions and the bad habits that are stealing your dream. You know, the week 3, we talked about that overwhelm. We talked about overwhelm yesterday just briefly, but Marie Forleo is going to be spending time with you on the week 3, teaching you and helping you and guiding you through the process, how you can stop doing overwhelm for you forever. How you're gonna knock that overwhelm into the curb and forget about it and never live under the stress. Still being your best and powerful self, still being amazing and creating a huge impact in the world. But don't worry about that the time is going by you. Don't worry about that the day runs you. You run your day. You run your life. And that's what Marie gonna help you to do that. And you heard Kate Hudson yesterday. Boy, that girl is so amazing. I love her so much. Yes, she's beautiful. Yes, she's amazing and powerful. But she also understands what it means to live an amazing life and still have all of that stress around you, being a mom, being a powerful businesswoman, and, you know, spending the time with the family and all of those things that she's doing, and acting and modeling and everything, and writing books and doing podcasts, all of that stuff that is helping in her life, she mastered. She mastered her life. She mastered the way that she can have all she wants to have, all that is important to her. You know, she mastered how to do all of those things and be happy and healthy and wealthy at the same time. So Kate Hudson and Marie Forleo will be kicking on the week 3. The week 4, we will be talking about financial freedom. That's what I'm spending so much time today, because I want to get your head right. I want you to develop the healthy relationship with money. I want you to be understanding that you're worthy. You're worthy of this success, because guess what? You are not going to become a bad person, because I know all of you are amazing human beings. And I know with more money, you're going to create such a powerful impact in the world. With more money, you're going to be able to help that cause. You're going to be able to write that check to that charity and foundation. You know, one thing that I regret the most, one of the feelings that I was not happy with, Eric and I, we were at Starkey Hearing Foundation Gala. And there were about 1,300 or 1,400 people participating in that gala. And the Starkey Hearing Foundation, as you can understand from the name of the foundation, is helping kids and people with the hearing aid disabilities. So we were sitting at that gala, and I'm looking at, you know, all these wealthy people who are sitting and donating to that amazing foundation. And they were actually auctioning off the trips where you can go and help those people, when you can go and do the fitting of those hearing aids to the little kids. Eric and I has been on one of those missions, and that was a life-changing experience. You know, seeing when we were able to put that hearing aid into the girl's ear who did not hear for 18 years, and when she heard the sound of her dad's voice for the first time, and the dad who drove her on a freaking bicycle for 3 days because he couldn't afford to get a car, and he had to take some time off his, his work with the threat of losing that job that he could not afford to lose. And when she heard that sound, you start seeing her eyes bawling. Her dad is bawling. Eric and I are bawling. We're all both bawling. I see the impact that created in that girl's life. And remembering that moment, I'm sitting at that gala, and I'm thinking like, I want to buy one of those missions. And when they started auctioning off, the bidding started at $250,000. $250,000 to sponsor a mission because they were feeding like 3,000 kids, 4,000 kids in India, in Israel, in the Middle East, in Europe, in whatever that help was needed in Africa, everywhere. 250,000. And I remember that feeling that I hated till this day. That I'm sitting with that little pad that they gave us, that you can raise to bid on it. And I so wanted to raise it. Because I was like, me. I want to buy that trip. I want to buy that mission because I know I'm going to impact so many kids' lives. I remember that girl's tears every single moment during that entire gala. I was like, I want to help more of girls like that. I was imagining those 3,000, 4,000 kids having the same experience as that girl had. But I had no money. I was like looking like that puppy into Eric, with those eyes with tears. And it's like, can we somehow make it happen? Can we, I don't know, you cannot scramble to $150,000. It's not that they're just laying there. So I was logically understanding that I cannot afford it. But I so wanted to raise my hand. And because of that moment, I made a decision, what? I do not want to be in a position like that anymore. I do not want to be in a position like this anymore. Every time I feel moved by the cause, by the mission, I want to be able to raise my hand and say, how much? 100,000, 200,000, $1 million? Take it. Here. I work my butt off so I can make it happen, so I can have the opportunity to raise my hand when I want to raise that. And I'm going to have amazing and powerful coaches like Elena Cardone and Stormy Wellington helping you to go through that financial freedom and helping you to get your mindset right. So you do not ever have to worry about, can you afford to raise that hand? If you want to raise that hand to help somebody, I do not want you to worry about that you do not have money in your bank account. I do not want you to worry about the price tag. I want you to be able to raise your hand every single time you want to raise it. With somebody in need in your family and they need to help to pay their medical bills or help to save their house from foreclosure, I want you to be able to raise your hand. And in week 5, we're going to be talking about relationships. We're going to be talking about, first of all, how to build that relationship with you. You are one of the most important people that you need to build a relationship. Because if you are not whole here, if you're broken, there is not much influence you can make. There is not much influence you can make if this is not working. Sometimes we're so tough on ourselves and the conversations we have in our head, boy, oh boy, I wish nobody ever heard what I say sometimes to myself. And I definitely would never say it to somebody else. But for some reason, we feel like it's okay to talk that way to ourselves. And it's not. So we will be spending the week 5 talking about how to build a relationship with you, how to build a relationship with your team, how you can influence your team better, how you can lead them better, how do you build the relationships with your team members, your customers, your prospects, so you can build a bigger business. And of course, we're going to be talking about how to build as a couple. Yes, today Eric and I are a very powerful couple, and people see us as such. But it didn't just happen like that, It didn't just like, oh yeah, we met, now we super cool and look at us. We had to realize What is the best way for us to communicate? What is the best way for us to support each other? What is the best way for us to play in each other's strength? What is the best way for us to inspire each other, and push us forward? How we can be that two-headed monster that we are today. Eric and I, 1 + 1, we are not just a two. We're a million. That 1 + 1 equals a million. And I want you to develop the relationship with your spouses and your significant others to the way that you are so powerful, you are so invincible. And I see sometimes people are saying, it's like, yeah, but my spouse is not supporting me. Well, on that week 5, I'll explain to you why your spouse is not supporting you. And I'll help you to see bigger perspective and different perspective so you can turn that around. How many of you would like to learn how to be a power couple? How to make that 1 + 1 equal a million? We're going to talk about that in week 5. And the week 6, oh my gosh, that woman, you still haven't heard from her. And those of you who've been in the December event, you had a chance to listen to Lisa Nichols. She became since then she was a huge influence before that. But after that, she became a dear friend. And that woman, man, she can talk. Her and I, we were chatting yesterday a little bit, and she was asking, not asking, but she was telling me, a lot of people ask me, how do I become so memorable? Why people relate to me so much, and how my talks are always so impactful? And you know what she told me? That a lot of us, we try to speak from the notes. We need a prompter, we need our bullet points, so we can talk to people. And she said, and I do speak from my heart. So I speak from my heart. And that's what Lisa is going to be doing. She will be teaching you how to build that confidence in your voice, how to find that voice if you lost it. She will be teaching you all those powerful elements so you will never lose who you are and become that powerful self. On the week 7, Lauren, you heard from her today. She was teaching amazing presentation. So Lauren was teaching how to build the relationship with money. And on the week 7, she will help us and design your dream board, what your dream life looks like, how you can live that amazing life that you all deserve. So Lauren will be leading that chart, and you will come out of that week 7 with your actual game plan of building your ideal life. And on the week 8, Gwyneth Paltrow is going to be helping me to help you to step into that true potential, to help you realize what a badass you are. Gwyneth and I had an amazing conversation, and you're still yet to hear from her. But, she did such an amazing job by managing all of those things in her life, being an actress and a model and an amazing entrepreneur. She was the one who figured out how to have it all. So Gwyneth going to be helping me with that week 8, how to become a badass. So, in those, there are other 4 parts to the program. You're going to be having, of course, the 8 weeks badass curriculum. We're going to have a badass online community. We're going to have a graduation celebration where we will be celebrating each other and the transformation that happened through those 8 weeks. And, you're going to have that 8 weeks coaching and accountability with me and all these amazing, powerful speakers. So that's the program. And we're going to have some bonuses. How without the bonuses, right? So the bonus number 1 going to be the badass vision board. How you create your ideal life, and how together we will be able to create that blueprint. The path that you can take and to build that ideal life. And the bonus number 2, we will be talking about that. The graduation celebration. I believe with every fiber of my being that when you finish that program, you will be a totally different person. I will see the light in your eyes, and I'll see that transformation, and I know that the transformation that you're going to have during those 8 weeks is going to be so powerful and so impactful, and we're going to celebrate that. And, you know, the bonus number 3, you know, we're not stopping there, right? We have a free event. We give away all the Louis and all different workshops and all different graduation programs. So we're also going to include the VIP ticket into the most powerful event 2022. And guess what? That event is not going to be free. So the value of the ticket is $997, and you're going to get it as a part of your program. So again, let me summarize. So the entire breakthrough experience is going to consist of the 8-week group coaching program, which is valued almost $6,000. And I do believe that I would pay way more than that. When I was broke financially and emotionally, and I lost myself, I would write a check of any amount to help me find this woman. Because now this woman is priceless. Now this woman can, you know, like a phoenix, go from the flames and rebuild everything she has. Because the most important thing I will never want to lose is my confidence and who I am, this amazing asset that I've built, that I invested for my entire life, because I know I can accomplish so much in my life, and I'm just getting started. So, you know, that vision board that we're going to create, the graduation celebration, all of that $497, and the ticket, it's just like, it's the total value is $7,988. But you know what? You're not going to pay that, right? Even though it's all worth it. If you do it today, you have a couple options. You can pay in full, and it's going to be $2,950 if you pay in full today. And if you need the opportunity with the payment plan, you can do 3 payment plan. $1,250, just 3 pays. And you will see, if you want to do it on the mobile, you have all of that in your dashboard, but you can go on the website, mpwbreakthrough.com, and you will see all of that description about the program. But also don't forget that inside of your dashboard, you have all of that. Inside of the dashboard, you have 2 buttons that will show up now. You have the opportunity to join the Breakthrough Coaching Program right now, right this second, and I would strongly encourage you to do it, because trust me, the change, the transformation that is going to happen in those weeks is going to be priceless. You deserve so much more, and we can help you to get there. And if you still have a question, click on the button to talk to a program advisor. We have men and women, and a lot of women speaking English and Spanish. If you need a translation, they're there to help you and answer every single question that you might have. So make sure to click one of those 2 buttons. And guess what? The program starts tomorrow. I cannot wait to start this program. I cannot wait to start your breakthrough. So tomorrow, we're going to have a welcome lunch for everybody who joins the program. And they're going to be amazing, powerful leaders joining me, and some of those mentors joining me on that lunch, so we can have and start the program strong. And the entire program starts on the June 1st. And, you know, I'll take even pictures with you. You know, I miss your faces. So when team asked me, will you be willing to take some photos? I was like, absolutely, yes. With all of my powerful, badass girls who are going to be joining and, you know, willing to invest in themselves and willing to participate in their own rescue. Because guess what? You know, I brought this event for free for all of you. So you can see a little glimpse of what can happen in 3 days. But I can only do so much with the amount of time that I have. I have so much more to give. I have so much more that I can pour in each and every one of you. And all of my amazing leaders and all of these amazing, powerful speakers that you saw walking through yesterday and today, and there's still many, many, many more. I know that the transformation that they're gonna make in your life is going to be so powerful. It's going to be priceless. So I want to celebrate that moment of your decision to step into your true potential, because guess what? You know, I can teach you how to cook, but I cannot make you hungry. I cannot make you hungry. If you are not hungry enough to change you, if you are not hungry enough to have a better future, if you are not hungry enough to get from the survival mode into the winning mode, into the thrive mode, I don't know how much more I can do. You know, when people get something for free, they don't value. And that's the only reason why I regret for this event that I made it free. That's the only reason why I regret it. Because some of you thought it's like, oh, it's free, you know, I'm going to show up whenever I feel like it. You know, I'm going to play a little bit here. I'm going to watch a little hour there. Oh, there is a pool party. You know, there is a little thing here going on. We have a birthday celebration, so I'm just going to stay there for a little bit. No. When you do not pay and invest, you don't appreciate. You heard Stormy said, I should have charged you. And actually, if I charge you $1,000 for this event, would it worth it? Put in the comments below. We just 1 day and a half through this program. We just 1 day and a half. There is the same amount of time and breakthroughs and information and powerful knowledge to be poured in you for another day and a half. And all these yeses, it would be worth it. $1,000 would be worth it even up till this moment. And this is what we were able to do just in 1.5 days. Imagine what I can do, and all of my amazing coaches, what we can do if we have 8 weeks with you. If we can crawl into your head, if we can find that badass that is hiding right inside of you, if we can do that, man, I am like, I having goosebumps, because I know that rock that I want to throw in the middle of the ocean, I know the ripple effect from that rock is going to be so powerful, so impactful. It's just going to be off the hook, amazing. And you know what? Coming to the closure of this my session, I just wanted to tell you a brief story. You know, when Eric and I decided to build a studio, I had no idea how I'm going to make it happen. I'm not a media giant. I never built a studio. I'm not a technician. I don't understand how a lot of those pieces of the technology work. But we made a decision. We made a decision that we need to make it happen, because at that time we already had 7,000 of you purchasing those tickets, and I knew that all of you are coming to get the value, and I couldn't leave you hanging, right? So Eric and I, we made a decision to build a studio without knowing how, but we knew why. And I think a lot of people get so hung up on the how. Well, but how? I don't have the money. I cannot afford it. But how? I don't have time. I don't have 8 weeks. But how I'm going to make it happen? Forget about how. Remember why. That's what led me to build this amazing facility in 70 days. I had no idea how. And most importantly, I did not have $20 million in my pocket to make it happen. I did not have the money, and I had no idea how. But I knew why. I knew why, because I knew you're coming. I knew you're looking to me and Eric to be those leaders to help you to see a better future and build your better future and give you the skills and the mindset necessary. So my why was so strong, my why was so powerful that I could not leave you alone. So I said, well, why not? You know, when some people says like, you're going to do what? You're going to build what? I said, you know what? I don't care about what you guys think. If you think that it's impossible, first of all, impossible is my middle name, okay? This girl now knows how to build shit, okay? My nickname is Get Shit Done Girl. I know how to make things happen. And I decided, you know, if somebody has to do it, it's better than me. So why not me? Why not now? Why wouldn't I make it happen? So when that happened, you know, Eric and I realized one thing. You know, I feel like I grew so much in those less than 3 months building the studio, Because I started believing more in me. Because I all of a sudden realized, you know what? I can play with big boys and be equal. I can do this. My confidence grew so much in 3 months you cannot even imagine. I finally started believing that I am a badass. Before I was like, yeah, I'm a badass, yeah. But finally, in those 3 months, I realized that, you know what? That girl knows her stuff, and she can make things happen. Some of you are thinking like, yeah, sky's the limit, sky's the limit. I'm sure you heard that. But guess what? Sky is not the limit. Your belief system is. What you believe to be true is going to be true to you until you change that belief system. And I want to give you a radical permission, just huge radical permission to dream so big and see how your future going to look like when you go through this program. What is going to change? How you're going to impact your kids' life? What is going to happen, in your life, in your family, in the impact that you will be able to create with your team and with the organization. Remember we talked yesterday about building the empire? Imagine the empire you will be able to build after those 8 weeks. Imagine the breakthroughs that you will be able to create for all of these people in your organization. So I just want to make sure that you guys join us on this program and you click those buttons and you make a commitment today to your future. You make a commitment today. You know what? Today is the day when that badass was born. I see Joseline, I see Jackie, I see Deborah, I see Sean, who put in the comments below. Put in the comments below who is committed to change your life. Who is committed to go with me and all these amazing people on the journey of creating a better version of you. I'm committed. Tracy, yes. Yes. I want to. Melissa, Kylie. Who else? I want to see it. Elise. Oh, the comments are scrolling so fast I cannot even see it. Rashada, Dacia, Dawn, Becky, Barbara. All right, girls. I'm so excited. I cannot wait to start. I cannot wait for all of us to create such a powerful breakthrough. And I want to bring to the stage Eric and Stormy to help me close this session.
All right, all right.
Wow.
Love it, love it, love it.
Wow. This is absolutely amazing.
So, Stormy, you start.
I would say this, y'all. I've been in the industry of network marketing for 12 years, going on 13 years. And it was not until I started to invest in myself, mind, body, spirit. Personal development is everything. It is key to success. And a lot of you all are not where you want to be because of something that you don't know. I've learned a long time ago, it's called the 4 stages of learning. A lot of you are unconsciously incompetent, meaning that there are things that you are not even aware of that you have no idea. And that's the reason why you're not where you desire to be right now. I would tell you this. I remember I was talking about this with my team last week. I remember like 12 years ago, my first network marketing company, I met a lady who made about $13,000 for the month. And I wanted to know what she did. And of course, when you become a top leader in network marketing, you really, kind of isolate yourself and you're a big star. You know how it is. A lot of you all have never had a conversation with your upline. Drop some fire if you've never had a conversation with your upline. I'm a fire girl. And you wish you could talk to your upline. And you're like, man, if I could just have that conversation with my upline. Well, can I tell you, in this industry, we teach you not to talk to people unless they put numbers on the board. That's just what this industry is about. And I remember going to an event and I said, I'm going to talk to this lady. And I sat outside of her hotel room on the floor waiting for her for hours. And finally, I had that chance to talk to her. And that one conversation changed my life. I would tell you this right now. When I look at the amount of money that they are charging for this event, I know that there's many of you all that's thinking to yourself, man, can I afford it? Is this going to help me? And you got to sacrifice. You got to sacrifice. You cannot be afraid to sacrifice. And I can tell you that the best investment is all of the ones that you make in yourself. Don't spend money on top of your head, but don't be willing to spend money inside of your head. Remember, when you grow, that's the one thing that you can take with you everywhere that you go. You can't take the cars and the clothes and the jewelry, but what happens with your mindset, you can take with you everywhere. I want y'all to think about this, and I want y'all to think real deep about this. Sometimes you got to die inside in order to give birth to a higher, wiser version of yourself. As I was sitting in the back, right, I was thinking about what can I say to get the people to believe that, you know what, it's time for me to play a bigger game. It's time for me to stop playing around. It's time for me to stop, you know, quote unquote, playing it safe. And I thought about this. I thought about rest in peace. The R is this, reprogramming. I want you to raise your hand right now if you feel as if there's a shift happening on the inside of you from these last just 2 days. Raise your hand. Raise your hand if you feel like you've already started to be reprogrammed. That's amazing. Can I tell you something? Can I tell you something? When you think about rest in peace, the R, I want y'all to write this down and never forget this. Constantly, you should be reprogramming yourself all the time, all the time. The I is immersion. You know, I don't know if you know this, Eric, but I became a Tony Robbins Platinum Partner, right? I invested $100,000, and it took me a year to get all the information that I got to be able to get to where I am today. But for you all to be offering such an amazing package with such amazing trainers, the content, the information is a lot of what you are probably missing right now. But it was the immersion that took me to the next level. So just imagine in 8 weeks, having the ability to collapse decades into days, learning strategies, tips, little things that you probably had no idea of, and literally in 8 weeks, you're able to take it and implement it into your business to create success. I'm gonna tell you something, $29.97 is nothing. I invested $100,000 in one course. And so the I is total immersion. That's what you need. After this is over, you're going to be on a big high for the next, maybe today, tomorrow. You got Lisa Nichols and Danny and all these people. But after tomorrow, what happens? You go back to your regular family, your regular life, your regular team. It's like it's over with. It was just a great, exciting weekend. I don't want that for you. I believe that it's time for us to put some respect on the name of network marketing. And the more that you succeed, the more that is possible. And that P, when you talk about rest in peace, is proximity. Proximity. Having that close proximity to the fire, that close proximity to the winners, it would mean the world of a difference to your family, to your income, and ultimately to your life. And so I am asking you all to partner with us because I want to teach, I want to train. You know, one of my missions is to be one of the most impactful women that ever lived. But how can I know if I'm making an impact if I don't see you all joining us and making sure that you get the information to get to the next level? Listen to me. Never, ever, this is something I had to learn, never, ever leave the site of decision without taking action. The way you stretch yourself, this is what I learned. Because I'm going to tell you something. If you think about it too long, you're going to say, maybe not. I need to pay this. I need to pay that. Just step out on faith. Just step out on faith and say to yourself, you know what? I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it right now. Write this down. Whatever you can't do, you must do. That's one of my philosophies. Write this down. Whatever you can't do, you must do. So, Eric, I'm excited about these next 8 weeks. I'm ready. Are y'all ready? Drop some fire if you ready.
Yes. I want to talk about a couple things. First of all, the amount of effort and work that's gone into creating this 8-week group coaching program with all the bonuses is enormous. Wow. And the group of people that are part of it has never happened before. I'm watching in the chat, people say, yeah, it's really cool, but I just don't have that kind of money right now. And what I would say to them is, if you believed in yourself enough that this would unlock what you need to unlock, then the money wouldn't be a problem, even though you don't have it. If there was a $3,000 course that someone that loved you, cared about you, believed in you, could assist you, do you think you're going to be able to earn enough to be able to pay that person back, maybe even with interest? Answer is yes, of course. If there was a Rolls Royce in front of your house, you had to find $3,000 in order to be able to buy that Rolls Royce, and you had 1 hour to find $3,000 to buy the Rolls Royce, and you couldn't tell anybody you were buying a Rolls Royce, and you split the money with them. Brand new. Could you find it? The answer is, of course you could. It's just, what is the value you're placing on you and you're placing on your earning power with an immersion experience. And that's, Stormy and I were talking about this. This event is amazing. We're halfway through. We got another half to go, and unbelievable content. But you're right now really close to the fire. But on Monday, you're going to step a little bit away from the fire. Tuesday, a little bit farther. Wednesday, a little bit farther. It gets a little cold, gets lonely. You're out there by yourself. You turn all this stuff off. What this 8 weeks will do is just lock in all the breakthroughs that you're having over the course of this MPW and put you into a group that will push you to go where you're meant to go instead of what you've been settling for. So this was put together in love. This was put together wanting more than anything else for you to have the breakthrough that you deserve. So here's what I would tell everyone. You can either go to the dashboard, and if you have questions, you can click on the button and talk to one of the experts been trained by us. Or if you're watching somewhere else or somebody else is streaming this somehow, mpwbreakthrough.com, mpwbreakthrough.com. Be one of the first people. Like, what did you say? Make the decision. Take action where you made the decision.
Never leave the site of decision without taking action.
Never leave the site of decision without taking action. This is the site of decision. We just encourage you to take action to help you. We want you to be one of the future Stormy Wellington success stories, one of the future $1 Million Earner Hall of Fame people, one of the future change your family history people, okay? But it starts with you getting creative, you getting resourceful, you getting mad and say, you know what, why not me? It's my turn, okay? So we're going to take a lunch break. It's going to last 1 hour. So we'll be back here at 2:10 p.m. Pacific time, or whatever time that is you are in the world, okay? Hope you enjoyed this morning, and we'll see you in 1 hour. Talk soon, everybody. Check. One thing real quick, sorry. I forgot to tell the VIPs, there's a lunch, VIP Q&A lunch, starts in 10 minutes, okay? So just make your way to that VIP room. We'll look forward to seeing you in there, all right? See you then.